Hello there, all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we have your October 2025 new love reading for all of you singles out there. So if you're single and ready to mingle, this is your reading. So in October, on the 6th of the month, we have Mercury moving into the sign of Scorpio. Certainly your intuition can be incredibly heightened at that time, but Mercury is a very chatty planet anyway, all about our communication, and so you might feel a little bit more social, opening up the lines of communication, and Mercury and Scorpio can be where we have a little bit more opportunity for conversations that go beyond the superficial. Also on that day, we've got a full moon, a super full moon, I should say, in the sign of Aries. And so this can be a culmination of a cycle, a 6-month cycle. Look back to the new moon in Aries that we had 6 months ago and see how far you've come, see what you've been working on, whether you've been working on yourself or trying to get yourself out there. And the full moon can be that completion, that closure. It can bring about some deep insights. It can bring about some healing. Perfect time to let go of things with a full moon. But because it is the end of a cycle, it can also be where something comes to fruition for you. So you reap what you've sown in this time of harvest. On the 13th of the month, Venus moves into the sign of Libra. This is a beautiful energy, especially for attracting partnerships and love into our lives. Venus is the planetary ruler of Libra, and Libra is all about partnerships. Venus, of course, is our planet of love and money and beauty and abundance and resources and fertility and new beginnings and all kinds of wonderful things that make us happy and help enhance our world in a wonderfully positive way. So this can be really awesome. Also on that same day, Pluto turns direct in the sign of Aquarius. So something can be revealed. You might be revealing something about yourself. But this is a turning point where if you've been feeling a little bit stuck, like there's nothing been happening, or maybe there's been a lot of things going on and you haven't had time for, to journey forward on your quest for love, this is propelling you forward. So it's a little bit more of a futuristic energy. We're moving forward instead of backwards. It's also, Pluto is your planet of endings, new beginnings, change, transformation. It is also one where our fears sometimes come to light, but Pluto is also our planet of power. So this can be, taking back your personal power, facing your fears and being vulnerable and opening your heart to love and getting yourself out there. On the 21st, we've got a new moon in Libra. Really, really, really good lunation here to set intentions to attract love into your life, especially not only is it because it's Libra in energy, but also because Venus is still in Libra at that time. So we've got this extra boost of planetary influence over that new moon. So it really does bring in a bigger portal and a more energetic support for us to find love and romance in our lives. So let's see what we've got out. We've got the door to value opening up for you here. Love it. Now, for some of you here, you could have been working on some, on your career, on your money things. You could have had some legal things going on in the background. Okay. And so when this door opens for you here, this can be something coming to fruition for you in those regards. Okay. So it's a new job, a promotion, a raise, something being resolved on a legal matter, right? All of these kind of things. So a lot of blessings and abundance and prosperity flowing to you. So when sometimes those things do take precedent over finding love, right? We got to feel kind of secure in ourselves, or we've got to accomplish some sort of goal before it's like, you know what, I don't need the distraction right now. I'm working on all this stuff, or all this stuff is taking up all of my time. So with the door to value opening, this can be where you get something there that's, some achievement. All right. But the door to value is also about recognizing your worth and opening a door to attract people to you, right, that share your values, that see your worth, right, someone that enhances your life rather than takes from it. And if you've been in relationships before where you have been the one that gives, and there's been a pittance in return, okay, this can be that really big turning point for you now. So, but at the very least, you know your worth, you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table. It doesn't have to be anything to do with money, right? It can just, just be all about you, right? And when we are confident in, in ourselves, right, we exude this beautiful, warm, vibrant light out there. We attract more positive things. So really, really great card to get there for you. We've got a man holding a coin. Haha. Now, the man holding a coin is a wonderful energy. Okay, this can be someone who is very generous. Someone has an offer, an opportunity for you. So again, with the door to value there can be something that you've been waiting for is given to you or offered to you. So again, it can be something with your career, your money, or a legal matter, whatever it happens to be. But the man holding a coin can also be a new romantic interest that comes in here for you as well. And the man holding a coin could be someone who owns their own business, could be someone that's just been successful in their career. They are generous, they have a lot to offer, but more importantly, they're secure in their own skin and they're not here to take from you. And ultimately, relationships, partnerships, they're a give and take, right? But it shouldn't be one-sided. And so this person here, they're not here to take anything from you. They are very, very successful in their own right. Okay, whatever that looks like to them, but they are generous and they do have an offer for you in some way. Now, does this have to be a man? No, it doesn't. It can also be somebody who is just tapped into their masculine energy. And the masculine energy is about taking initiative, taking the lead, putting yourself forward, right? It's a little bit more of this, I know what I want and I'm going to go and I'm going to go reach for the stars and grab it, right? So, they've just got that tapped into them at the moment. Doesn't mean they don't have a feminine, warm and compassionate side either, right? It's just that, they might just be a little bit more assertive. And that's not always a bad thing, is it? We also have here playfulness. All right, so to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And again, some of you may have had a lot of serious things that you've been dealing with or that you've been working through or focused on in the last little while. All right, all work and no play though, right? It's no fun for anyone. And you are a sign that does value some freedom and adventure and some fun in your life. So if you have not been having that lately, okay, it's time to tap into your inner child and it's time to get out there, have some fun, meet new people, socialize. Don't put so much pressure on finding love and romance per se, right? But when we're out there and we're smiling, we're laughing, we're talking to people, and you're just embracing your generous and your warm side, right? You're going to attract all this wonderful people and possible connections, and you're going to open those doors, right? So it's time to have a little bit more fun. Also, keep things lighthearted when we get this card as well. Sometimes, whether it's due to societal pressure, the pressure we put on ourselves, or, whatever it happens to be, sometimes, we meet somebody and we might feel a little spark, we might feel a click, and then all of a sudden, we're like, oh my God, this is the one. This is, is this marriage material? Is this, whatever? And the thing is sometimes we just need to take the beginning stages a little bit more lighthearted, laughter and having fun. It's very warm and inviting, right? And you do form a deeper bond and a connection when you are keeping things lighthearted rather than taking things on a serious tilt immediately. Okay, so just take your time and have some fun with things and let things evolve and transpire as in a natural way. We have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So again, there could be some of you out there that you are getting something resolved. We are in Libran season, right, for the majority of October until the 22nd, right? And Libra and energy, Libra is one of the signs that deals with the law, right? And legal matters. So again, you could be one of those people that has been going through some legal matters with an ex, whether it's alimony or custody battles or splitting your assets or whatever it happens to be. This is where things can get resolved and you can finally close that chapter and move forward into your hopefully better and happier and more prosperous tomorrow, right? So it's nothing worse than having stuff, over our heads, because it prevents us from moving forward sometimes. Like, I got to clean this up, right? But the release your ex can also just represent emotionally or energetically as well, okay? Finding closure, being willing to leave something behind, walking away. We are heading into your astrological new year in November, right? And we do tend to get a little bit reflective. We do tend to go a little bit internal when this is happening, kind of like our calendar new year, right? New Year's resolutions, but also we tend to get reflect and we tend to get a little nostalgic, but we do look at our past and say, okay, we look back in a different lens and say, okay, what's been holding me back? What do I need to let go of? What do I not want to take with me into my tomorrow? And so this can be some of that energy. Some of you might need to do some cord cutting meditations or ceremonies there to get rid of the energetic ties, right? That intimate relationships tend to leave behind and usually quite deeply rooted there. So you might need to do those a few times before you feel that breaking free kind of energy. And we've got very soon. Ooh, that's exciting. All right, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now very soon. So your connection with the universe, your ability to open doors, your ability to meet new people and attract people to you is very much on point right now. So very soon. So focus on the things that you want out of a partnership. What do you want out of love? What do you want out of a relationship? What kind of qualities do you want a person to possess? Right? Don't waste any time, energy, or effort on the things you don't want. Right? The universe doesn't hear those things. The universe, if you focus on a tree, right, you'll see more trees. Whether you want to see more trees or not, that's what you're going to see because that's what you're focused on, right? And, if you are looking for somebody who is perhaps financially stable, right? Financial stability is what you're focused on. Don't waste time thinking about or worrying about someone that, is going to take your money, right? That kind of thing. So just make sure you focus your energy and attention on the qualities that you want to attract towards you. All right. We have the Seven of Swords, okay, right out at the beginning here. The Seven of Swords, I mean, yes, there can be an energy of trust that is an issue here with the Seven of Swords. So perhaps some of you are dealing with some trust issues. Someone may have really done a doozy on you at some point, okay, and it can be hard to open up and trust yourself, trust people around you, open your heart and be willing to be vulnerable. It's always kind of difficult. But the Seven of Swords encourages you to stay positive, okay? Leave the negativity behind, all right? And trust in your ability to recognize red flags and to say no. You've learned things on your journey through life and love, right? And you can use those pearls of wisdom that you have gained to really stand your ground, or to say no and to walk away if that's necessary, right? Or to see through the snake oil salesman, as sometimes they are presented, right? But the Seven of Swords does represent also a little bit of back and forth energy, right? Because we're constantly looking back. And so whether it's, okay, this is the things that I want out of a person, but do I? This is what I want. I want love and I want romance, but do I really? So sometimes we're a little bit back and forth and we're having trouble deciding on whether we truly do want love. And it could just very well be that on one level, yes, you want love and romance and you want the intimacy and all these wonderful things that come with it. But on the other hand, things change in life when we get what we want, right? So we have to make space, we have to make time. And as much as we don't want our day-to-day lives necessarily to change, inevitably they do when we do find love. So sometimes we do waffle a little bit back and forth, right? And yes, I want love, but I don't want my heart broken. Yes, I want love, but I don't really have time, right? And so we are a little bit back and forth. So the Seven of Swords says that you can be creating your own blocks by being a little bit wiffly-waffly on your quest for love, or, you know, really recognizing if that's what you truly do want, right? So whether it's trust issues, whether it's just, you know, I'm really busy and I don't have time for this. That's usually when you find it sometimes, right? Because you're not obsessing about it anymore, right? Whatever it happens to be, you're being encouraged to keep the forward momentum. Look forward. Don't look backward. Stay positive and optimistic. Focus on the things, the qualities of a person that you want. And don't worry about the other stuff. All right? Things will fall into place when they're meant to fall into place. We have the Page of Swords. Ooh, exciting. Now, the Page of Swords can represent somebody who may have their eye on you. And of course, when we have Pluto, who's been retrograde, and Pluto is turning direct on the 13th of October, sometimes secrets come to light. So you could have a little secret admirer. You could have someone that's kind of been scoping you out. Often the Page of Swords is someone who's like checking out your Facebook profile or your LinkedIn profile and things like that. I wonder whatever happened to this person, or maybe they're like a friend of a friend and they're like, you might show up in their friend's suggestion or their connection suggestions or something like that. And so they're kind of checking you out a little bit. They could be intrigued enough to reach out. But the Page of Swords does represent communication with new people. All right. Or you putting yourself out there and trying new things to meet new people. Pages do tend to bring some news. They do sometimes bring surprises, and they do bring new people as well. So opening up the lines of communication. So it's like once you figure out what you want, then those doors open for you. Or you can move forward in a better direction and you have that open mind. Because the Page of Swords is quite often linked with Aquarius energy, very curious, very forward thinking, very much willing to try new things, embrace new ideas, right? All this kind of stuff. And of course, Pluto is in Aquarius when Pluto moves direct, right? Pluto's going to be there for the next 20 years. So, you know, so this can really show that this can be a significant turning point for your love life around there. And we also have the Ace of Swords. So new people, new conversations, clarity. All right, getting clear on what you want to manifest in your world. The aces do represent new beginnings, a fresh train of thought, new people perhaps there as well, opening up those lines of communication in a positive way. The Ace of Swords is big yes card. Okay, so say yes to love. All right, you may also say yes to somebody should they present themselves to you, or you are the one that's putting yourself out there and embracing your masculine side, right? Getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, and you might make the first move in initiating some conversation. But the Ace of Swords is a wonderful energy. Aces are new beginnings anyway, okay? But they carry a little bit of luck with them as well, okay? So new people, new beginnings, new conversations, all this wonderful stuff. So this can be really fun. It can be really exciting for you as well. You may meet an air sign. I mean, swords, right? You could potentially meet an air sign, or you could meet somebody where, again, you can have like some really interesting conversations with. And they're interesting to talk to. You can talk about different things. Maybe you even go deep a little bit there, as scary as that is, right? Sometimes that's just the way the conversation goes because it feels natural, right? And so they could really spark some interesting conversations. And you are a sign where you do see things a little bit differently. You do see the big picture of things, and you do tend to be a little bit philosophical as well, right? And so, talking to somebody who can really converse really well, can certainly be a blessing for you. So this can be really fun and really exciting. The blessings headed your way, 10 of Swords. So letting go and putting to rest and walking away from a difficult chapter, a difficult cycle, right? It's always darkest just before the dawn, and your blessing is being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, being able to put the past in the past and leave it there and move forward in a better, happier, healthier, more positive direction, right? The 10 of Swords, it can be also difficult to say no to people, right? Even if you see a red flag, right? Sometimes it's hard to say no and walk away, but the blessing is your ability to do it anyway, right? Not settle for compromising your personal values, right? No, we're going to say no, we're going to walk away. So this 10 of Swords is the end of a big chapter here, and you're ready for that fresh start, that new tomorrow, in a healthy way. All right, that is your blessing. Usually the 10 of Swords, very difficult card, right? Very painful card, very challenging card, right? But in your blessing, whoosh, say goodbye. Your advice from Spirit, the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles can indicate that, yes, there is an offer or something like that coming in for you, so you can put your mind at ease and, open yourself up to new possibilities in love, right? The Page of Pentacles can also bring in some new knowledge or some new information. Okay, so just know that if you've been waiting for something to happen in your money or your career, right, and this has, maybe caused you to put love on the back burner, okay, you could have something that's transpiring there. But the Page of Pentacles also represents new people or some information coming your way, or your desire to maybe learn something new, and this is where you can meet some new people. So sometimes, you might not be into the internet dating thing, right? It's hit or miss at the best of times, and it certainly requires some effort. A lot of ghosting on that as well, right? But you might not be into that. Maybe you want to meet somebody more organically, or you're more of a face-to-face kind of person. And so, what are your options? Meet someone in a bar, meet someone through a friend, maybe, right? You could have a helpful friend around you. But you might, because you are a sign that does like to learn new things, right? So the Page of Pentacles says your key to meeting new people and perhaps love and romance in the mix might be by joining a class of some kind. And even if it's just something, your local pub might have like a learn to paint night, right? Where a bunch of people go in, they give you the supplies, and, you kind of learn to paint. And there's, a couple of drinks going, and people are generally quite happy. And, you could meet someone new there, or, perhaps you want to learn something really interesting, join a literary book club or something like that, whatever it is. Okay. That Page of Pentacles can represent that you may meet somebody around either a learning environment, or even a work environment, a work event or something there as well. But regardless of where you might meet somebody, the Page of Pentacles is Spirit saying to you that there are potentially multiple opportunities for you to meet new people. Those doors are opening now. So put yourself out there. Release expectations, okay? Don't weigh too heavily on every single connection that you meet, but just be out there. And sometimes that's all you need to do. Take the first step. Let's get a couple of last messages out here for you. Thank you very much. And this is from the goddess Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion and healing and love. There you go. Very peaceful energy. There's your last message. The Lotus Throne. It takes courage to trust your inner light to ascend the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially in the light of others around you, seems more powerful than your own at times. You are being asked to trust the light within above all. Have faith in your own heart. Know that the divine dwells within, is with you always. And your final message. Tai Chi rising. Your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through your being. Take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives you more impact to your words, actions, and thoughts. May you be strong and merciful, powerful and wise in equal measure. Leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. I thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful month ahead, and I'll see you later. Bye.